Good afternoon. This is Eric with Eric Sees All. I'm just coming today to give you a little bit of an update of Hurricane Dorian and a few other things that are going on in the area. We're going to start here with WBTV on your side. This is local weather. And I want you to listen to how they are covering it. I want you to listen to his tone and some of the things he says.
His part is that it is really hammering the coast right now.
Man, yeah, we call it a scraping, but this is almost a blade like that's
Yeah.
working the South Carolina.
Why is he laughing? I just don't even understand how you can laugh. Calling it a blade and literally laughing about it.
Coast, we're seeing those impacts on coastal Georgia at this point, as far south as Brunswick. They move up a little bit further north and go into Charleston and then Myrtle Beach getting hit hard right now. And we'll be saying the same thing for North Carolina within about the next 6 hours or so. You can see here satellite and radar showing you that a well-defined eye wall has reemerged over the past 12 hours. We've seen an intensification of the storm, so much so that the National Hurricane Center upgraded it back to a Category 3 storm with winds sustained at 115 miles per hour. This is a very serious event, folks.
Why is everything an event now, too? You notice that? No matter what it is, it's an event. A very serious event. I didn't know these storms and disasters were events.
Almost a year ago, we were dealing with Hurricane Florence. It looked like it would make landfall as a Category 1, wind sustained at 90 miles per hour. Now we have a Category 3 that has taken a different course and has many different aspects to it, but once again, a landfall looks like it will be very possible near the same area. Right now, you can see those moderate showers hanging out over Charleston. In fact, there's some flash flood warnings that are in effect. You go up to the north here to the Myrtle Beach area. Many of you spend some vacation down here. Maybe you have some family members and some friends down here. It's rough for them right now. There are lots of thunder and lightning in this area. Myrtle Beach getting hammered. And there was a tornado warning in effect for some areas around Myrtle Beach just within the past 15-20 minutes.
There was multiple tornado warnings, and there was actually a couple reported tornadoes. But I just wanted to show you that real quick. I just didn't like how he was covering it. He's talking about Florence and how Florence hit the same area and that this is going to hit the same area and, doing it with a smile on his face, We just saw what happened in the Bahamas, and this isn't no joking, laughing matter. Like, this is serious. This storm is it's going to cause death, it's going to cause destruction, it's going to cause people to lose their homes and, all their everything, their well-being. It's sad. Next thing I want to show you. Alright, we're going to go to the GFS on Tropical Tidbits. This is the 12Z, so this was ran 2 hours and 55 minutes ago. But we can see, obviously, that this thing is going to move right up the North Carolina coast. And then hopefully it's going to stay far enough off and keep going. But I want you to look how big it gets and look at how tight the lines are. I mean, it really picks up the wind, the size of it. The wind field definitely picks up. We really need to just watch this. So you can tell that the lines are getting closer together, so the wind field is growing, and we know that it could move in or move out. They've been very uncertain with their path, so we really just need to keep our eyes on it. They've been extremely uncertain since all the way when it was down below Puerto Rico. So I'm just bringing this information today just to kind of let everybody stay aware. We need to look out for each other, watch each other's backs. And this is not to tell anybody, to be scared or, to, flee the area or get out of the area. I'm not saying any of that. Look what happened down in Florida. They do mandatory evacuations all down in Florida. And, those people are really upset. A lot of them spent every dollar they had to get supplies or board up their house or, to take their family to a hotel. A lot of them stayed out of work. I mean, they couldn't even give us anything that would tell you, oh, okay, it'll be here in a day, it'll be here in 2 days. I understand that the forecasting isn't perfect, but I've never seen it where a storm number one sits and stops go 0 miles an hour stationary for over 24 hours, and then them still be repeating that they didn't know where it was going to go. I mean, all the other weather patterns were all still moving, so it just seemed very odd, and we just need to watch it, okay? Because obviously this is the first one. There could be multiple ones coming behind, and there definitely is a few more out in the Atlantic that are coming, and I'll make a video about that here soon. But there's another thing that I wanted to really look into on this video, and I want you to see where this is hitting. You know, it really looks like that's about where it's going to make its actual landfall, in between South and North Carolina. Okay, well, this is what's going on up in North Carolina. Secretive warfare training being staged in 21 North Carolina County Army says. A series of Special Forces military training exercises, including gunfire with blanks, is being staged across 21 North Carolina counties starting August 30th, which obviously has already started. And the Army is telling the public not to be alarmed at the suspicious looking activity. Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better, right? Known as Robin Sage training, the unconventional warfare exercises can be likened to live action role playing in the extreme, with hostile engagement playing out between Special Forces students, volunteer civilians, and soldiers out of Fort Bragg. It continues through September 12th. This part is important. They're going to be there through the 12th. Okay, so once Dorian finally moves on, we've been dealing with it for well over almost 2 weeks now, and we'll be dealing with all the effects and all the aftermath and the destruction for weeks and months afterwards, and you know, God knows how long they'll be rebuilding down the Bahamas. But my point is, these people are all training and stationed perfectly right now until September 12th, right there on all these areas. So if something does happen to, you know, get real bad and they do get some civil unrest, you know, they're ready to go. You know, because obviously y'all can tell that's what they've been pushing forever, is dividing us. Okay, everything is about politics, dividing us. Trump or not Trump, everything is black against white. Everything is gun control against non-gun control, Republican against Democrat. I mean, it just goes on and on, but the entire point is to divide us, because they know a divided country is a weak country. And that's why I am going to make these videos, continue to make these videos, and I don't care if they delete this channel or they delete my videos again. I'll make another one, or we'll just end up moving platforms again. We have to continue to make these videos to show and tell people that don't even have any idea except for what is going on mainstream. They turn on their TV and they believe every single thing that they're told. And we need to be able to show them facts and be able to tell them, you know, there are other things going on, and just to be aware. You know, this is not a fear-mongering, oh, run, the world is ending. No. They have been doing this kind of training for a long time, okay? They had Jade Helm, and a lot of people were worried about that, including me. They've had multiple training events like this, but they continue to do them, okay? And things continue to get worse. These storms are getting worse. Things are happening like this where they are needed more and more and more. And we all remember Katrina. So don't think that they can't do that again. That they can't come in, take every one of your rights away, throw you in a building, not let you out, and take away all and everything that you believe in and have rights to. And you never know. These storms, the way that they're hitting, as strong as they're hitting, we could have multiple Katrina events. So we just really need to follow these things, because I truly do believe these are being manipulated. And all we can do is continue to look into this and try to figure this out as a community. The students will match wits with more seasoned soldiers who will act as realistic opposing forces and guerrilla freedom fighters. Advance notice has become a critical part of the program since one soldier was killed and another wounded in 2002 by a Moore County deputy who mistook the exercises for criminal activity. Well, he was doing his job, I'm sure. This stuff shouldn't be happening where it is. A similar Fort Bragg military exercise in 1997 created panic in Charlotte when uptown residents were terrified by the sounds of 100 commandos attacking a warehouse. The urban warfare assault incorporated helicopters and simulated bombs and gunfire. You know, it's just crazy. The exercises starting next week, which have already started, will involve engagements against a fictitious country known as Pineland. That's strange, so I just would like to look into that. Staging areas will largely be on private land in 10 of the 21 counties, but the others may feel some impact. Of course, they're going to feel impact. They're going to be all over the place. Listen to this. Residents may hear blank gunfire and see occasional flares. Controls are in place to ensure there is no risk to person or property, officials said. Residents with concerns should contact law enforcement officials, who will immediately contact exercise control officials. So you can just tell that they're all in this together. Unconventional warfare tactics call for the students to wear civilian clothes. So they're going to look just like you and me. But the public will be able to identify them by a distinctive brown armband. Yeah, because that's really going to be massively easy to see, with type of clothing everybody wears, coats, jackets, but it just doesn't seem right. It just seems like they're doing this more and more and more and more. Candidates are placed in an environment of politically instability characterized by armed conflict, forcing soldiers to analyze and solve problems to meet the challenges of this real-world training. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they said it there. There's nothing that needs to be said. They're telling you. Okay? It's a test. Look at this. The final test. I mean, we just need to just be aware. That's all. Don't take off running thinking you got to get out of the area, but just keep your eyes open. And I love the way that this article is too. The North Carolina coast still looks to be in the crosshairs. Just great choice of words. Great choice of words. It's just one thing after another. So now I want to show you a video, and I want to show you what is actually going on here, and tell me if you would feel comfortable walking down the street, or your child walking down the street, or you and your child or your family being in a car driving by and having to deal with this kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that sure doesn't make me feel very comfortable. One more thing that I want to show. This is an article that I was just reading. It's called The Heavens, the Earth, and the Boy in Between. It's from October 9, 2017, but it was a really, really good article. You guys should go and read it. All the links will be in the description for everything that I just showed. But I just want to read a couple things real quick. Because of the storm being named Dorian, that she's talking about her experiences from this book, okay? And she says, the picture of Dorian Gray was a novel that where I left to my own devices I would probably never have read. See, I don't tend to veer towards novels where the main character sells his soul to achieve eternal youth and pursue a life of immoral sensuality that goes against just about every rule in my book. My experiences have taught me that nothing good is to come from reading about moral corruption. It makes every sin I've committed crawl underneath my skin. It makes me want nothing but regret. The novel diverged so much from what I considered right that I ended up developing a kind of prejudice against the book, even after trying to accept the fact that art was just art. That yes, it is just a book, but still, it's still programming and it's still very, very hard to comprehend. And if you haven't read the book, it is definitely, it's an odd book. I'm going to leave it at that. But you guys should read this. That they choose these names for these storms, and I always look into the names of them, and they just definitely they have meaning behind them. They always do, and just need to stay aware and, pay attention to this stuff. There's one coming. Well, if you look at the list, we have multiple storms coming, but Gabriel's on there. And we all know that name has significant meaning. So there are multiple storms that are coming. I mean, we have all kinds of developments that are out there, and I will be making a video later today about that will probably be uploaded tomorrow. And that one's going to be very interesting. We have a lot going on, and we really just need to pay attention. Everybody just keep your eyes open, look up, watch the sky, look what they're doing every day to us, I mean, we have to pay attention. It's so easy just to stay at home and stare at your phone while you're out and not pay attention, but that's exactly what they want. They want to be able to come in and move in, create these type of diversions, and be able to manipulate a storm or do whatever and take out a certain, say, Chinese military submarine base or God knows what else. I mean, there's multiple things that happen with each one of these events that they call them. They're never just one angle. They're always multifaceted. So we always have to just be paying attention. Everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.